You are my devotee. I shall teach these secrets to you. Vedic knowledge means ultimately to understand the Supreme Lord, and the process of entering into his kingdom is devotional service. That is accepted by all authentic scriptures. Mental speculators neglect the process of devotional service, and by simply trying to defeat others in philosophical research, they fail to develop the ecstasy of devotion. Shall I continue? Prabhuji K. Mataji?
1 minute.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams. Would you start the class, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Happy to see you, Prabhuji, after a long time.
So I hope
You
many
bring joy from the temples to us who didn't reach there. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji, I could not hear.
I said you brought the joy of temple for us. We can't reach there, but through you we can sense that aura. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you very much, Mataji. Okay, so we are going to read chapter number 15 and 16 both today. So very like these chapters are like spontaneous devotional services. Okay, so let's try to understand. We are actually not at that level of spontaneous devotional service. We are actually trying to follow the Vidhi Sadhana Bhakti which we read earlier classes. So let's try to understand the spontaneous devotional service or the Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so let's try to understand the things in both chapters. So let's start with our Mangala Charan. Okay, so let's remember our Acharya and pay humble obeisance to them. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitam Cha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So anyone want to speak about one or two lines about the chapter number 14 or the previous chapter? What we have understood, just to maintain the continuity with these chapters.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams.
Yes, Mataji.
One or two lines, I don't know. I'll try, Prabhu.
Yes.
Maybe a few more lines. Chapter 14 is titled Devotional Qualifications, and it emphasizes that devotional service is the only path to reach the supreme abode of the Lord. And I remember two examples that you gave us. One was of Mrigari, and the other one was examples for all the 9 processes, devotional processes, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam. And it also said that it spoke about the spiritual master, and also that everything that we have should be used in the service of the Lord. Whether it's a machine or anything that is can be Krishnized by using it in the service of the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. That's all I can remember, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So
And Prabhuji, it also talks about the yoga practice and what is yoga practice and which is very much favorable for one to become a devotional service and go to become more consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Which one is the easiest one, and what yoga exactly? If we are talking about the liberating means what in the view of yoga and also towards the devotional service.
Yes, Mataji, Nanita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Pranam. Sorry, I forgot. I just wanted to share that chapter 8 in Bhagavad Gita speaks about attaining the Supreme. When we read this chapter 14 and Nodi, it kind of correlates with that, because in that Krishna keeps on guaranteeing that devotional service is the way to reach him. It's the easiest, simplest, the best way to reach him, by comparing it with other practices about how, when Arjuna asks what do we do to remember you when we leave our body, so he just keeps saying that practice, 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 make Krishna the center, make me the center of everything, and then it will automatically happen. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, very nice correlation. Yeah. So with that background, we'll start chapter number 15, spontaneous devotional service. Okay, so what is spontaneous devotional service? So let's see. So if you see here, spontaneous devotional service is called as Ragatmika Bhakti. Okay, so there are two terms are there. One is called Ragatmika Bhakti and second is called Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so what is the meaning of these two terms? These are very basic terms. So Ragatmika Bhakti is the bhakti which is followed by the gopis. Okay, or the spontaneous actual devotional service which is directly done for the service of Krishna, like gopis are doing that directly, the spontaneous devotional service to Krishna. Okay, so when we follow those type of devotees, when we follow the example of the gopis, when we follow the example of the devotees of the Vrindavan, when we follow the example of Nand Maharaj, when we follow the example of Yashoda Mai, okay, so when we follow those devotee, then that type of devotional service is called Raga Nuga Bhakti. Anuga means to follow. Okay, so that type of devotional service is called Raga Nuga Bhakti. So two types of devotional two words are there. Both are the example of devotional service only, spontaneous devotional service only. Because when we follow the Ragatmika Bhakti, or when we follow the process of Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti means following the Ragatmika Bhaktas. Okay, that too also comes under the jurisdiction of spontaneous devotional service. Okay, so what is Ragatmika Bhakti? Is attachment of resident of Vrindavan for Krishna, or embodied. This embodies perfection of a spontaneous love for Krishna. So that is the final. Ragatmika Bhakti is the final thing for the spontaneous love for Krishna. Okay, so that is the name. The Ragatmika Bhakti is the devotional service name, which is spontaneous devotional service, which is performed by the residents of Vrindavan for Krishna. And when we follow the mood of those devotee, that is called Raganuga Bhakti. Okay. How it is different from Sadhana Bhakti, Vedic Sadhana Bhakti? Because Vedic Sadhana Bhakti is the initial stage. Okay. So in the initial stage, we are not perfect and we have to deliberately remember Krishna by deliberately attaching our mind to Krishna, by working through senses and remembering Krishna always. So deliberate practice, that is the deliberate practice. But gradually what will happen? Gradually the perfection will come when the Anartha Nivritti will happen. When the Anartha Nivritti will happen, there are 9 stages of devotional service, and out of that, 4th stage is Anartha Nivritti. So when Anartha Nivritti will happen, gradually what will happen? The spontaneous devotional service will develop. Okay, so that is the sadhana bhakti and the ragatmika bhakti. So sadhana bhakti is a practice of devotee who aspires to develop the devotional service in the mood of ragatmika bhakti. Okay. So spontaneous, two main criteria of Ragatmika Bhakti, spontaneous and devotional. And both are like obsession with pleasing to Krishna. So it is um, it is like obsessed with pleasing to Krishna. Okay. So let's these are some quotes are there. So I'll skip the quotes and then come to evidences. So so this evidence comes from Srimad Bhagavatam 7.1.30 and 31. Okay, so there the attachment for Krishna is described in the four parts. Okay, or the four types. One is the attachment, or you can tell it at like sensual attachment for Krishna. Second is the attachment for Krishna in the fear form, like in the fearing mood. Then the third is attachment for Krishna in the envious form, and the fourth is like relationship with Krishna. And the finally one more example is added here, that for relationship with Krishna in the friendship form. Okay. So actually we'll take the initial four parts, okay, because that is originally been described in the book. So from there we'll take, and one more example is being added in the from book itself, that is the relationship part. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7.1.30, there are four types of relationship with Krishna is being discussed. That relationship with Krishna in the sensual relationship, or the relationship in the exchange of the senses. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing is relationship with or the attachment to Krishna in relationship with Krishna, like many family members of Krishna are there, Yadu dynasty kings are there. Okay, so they are related to Krishna in the familial manner, or they have relationship with Krishna, they are relative of Krishna. So that is also the second part of attachment to Krishna. So first attachment is in the lust form. Here it is written the lust. What is the meaning of lust? We'll explain. And second is in the relationship with Krishna. So two types we have seen. The one is the lust, and second is the family relationship. Third is in the fear form, like Kamsa. Okay, so Kamsa is the demon. Okay, the mama of Krishna, who was foretold when Vasudev and um, Vasudev and Yashoda were married. Okay, that time there was a foretold that the eighth child of this couple will kill you. Okay, so like that. So from from that time only he was having fear that the eighth child Krishna will kill me. Okay, so he was attached to Krishna in fear. Okay, so finally Krishna kills him. Okay, so his life was full of fear, and he was fearing of Krishna. So directly or indirectly he was also remembering Krishna only. Okay, so like gopis, they are remembering Krishna because they are serving Krishna through their sensual pleasure. Okay, and Yadu dynasty, they are also remembering Krishna because they are directly attached to Krishna. They are relation. Oh, my grandfather, Krishna was my grandfather. Krishna is our niece, like that. Okay, so the relationship of Yadu dynasty to Krishna is in the familial form. So they are also related to Krishna. Then the Kamsa, he always remembered Krishna because he was always fearful of Krishna. When we fear of someone, we remember that person. So Kamsa was also remembering Krishna because of the fear. And the fourth was envious. Shishupal was envious of Krishna. Okay, so when the example of killing of the Shishupal is there, when like there was a Ashwamedh Yajna was going on. Okay, so the Yudhishthira Maharaj performed the Ashwamedh Yajna, or in that assembly, there was one confusion. What was the confusion? That there are many great people are there in the assembly, whom to worship first. Okay, Bhishma Maharaj was there, then Yudhishthir was there, then Dronacharya was there. Okay, so many people were there, many big personalities were there. Krishna was there, and Balram was also there. So many big personalities were there. Okay, so out of those, there was confusion that whom to worship first, because if you do any mistake, then what will happen? This Ashwamedh and all, they are like karma kandi yajna. Okay, not directly related to the spiritual advancement, Karma Kandi Yagya. Okay. So in Karma Kandi Yagya, if you do any mistake, then what will happen? You won't get the result of that yagya, and you will get the opposite result of the yagya. Okay. So that is also there. So the thing is, so there was one confusion whom to worship first. Okay. So then the confusion was solved by the youngest brother, the Sahadev. Okay. So Sahadev was the youngest of the Pandava, and he solved the confusion because he was most learned in the Shastra of all the brothers. Okay. So out of all the 5 brothers, Yudhishthir was Dharmaraj, Bhim was like very Herculean task he can do, and Arjun was a great warrior. Okay, with the bow and arrow. Nakul was very much perfect in taking care of the Rajya. Okay, so he will be relationship building. He was very good in that. Okay, and Sahadev, he was very good in the shastric knowledge. He had the most knowledge of the Shastra. Okay, so he solved the problem. He told there is only one person who will be worshipped first, and that is Krishna. Okay. So for that, Krishna was worshipped first. Okay. So in that yagya. And then after the yagya finishes, everything happened. Okay. Then Shishupal spoke. Okay. Then Shishupal spoke. Why he spoke after everything finished? Because he wanted to establish that Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there are many big personalities are there, like Dronacharya is there, Kripa, the two teachers of the Pandavas, the Kripacharya and Dronacharya. Earlier, Kripacharya was the teacher, and later Pandava were taught by the Dronacharya. Okay, so Kripacharya, Dronacharya are there, Bhishma Pitama are there. So many big personalities are there, and this cowherd boy is there. Krishna is there. So obviously, Krishna for him, Shishupal, Krishna was not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he tried to establish that Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he started blaspheming Krishna. Okay. So blaspheming Krishna, and he started blaspheming Krishna. And like another story is there that Shishupal was Shishupal was relative of Krishna only, but uh, Krishna told his mother that he won't kill Shishupal. He will let him do 100 mistakes, and if he does 101 mistake, then he will kill Shishupal, like that. So he started blaspheming Krishna. He started abusing Krishna. He started abusing language to Krishna. Okay. Then what will happen? What will happen to the other devotee who were there? Or what would have happened to the other devotee who were there? You have already heard that if anyone blasphemy Supreme Personality of God or the devotee, what we have to do? Anyone remembers what we have to do? What we can do? There are 3 things we can do when there is any blasphemy happening to a devotee or Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Shishupal is doing blasphemy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What others people should do? What do you think? Anyone? You can answer. You can unmute and answer. What we should do when anyone blasphemy Supreme Personality of Godhead or the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Nandita Mataji, yes, you can answer.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams. One should give up their life if possible, or else just walk away from there and not listen anymore. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, so there are 3 ways. One is you have to counteract. Okay, so if anyone is saying anything about the Supreme Personality of God, the devotee, you can counteract. If you cannot counteract, immediately leave that place. If you cannot do that, you should give up the life. Okay. So the devotees were there, the assembly was full of devotees, they left the palace. Okay. They fled here
And
and there.
we have to express our anger towards them. We have
Yes.
shown disrespect to the
We have to
devotees of the
counteract.
Lord.
Okay.
Counteract, as mentioned in I think first chapter of this instructions, nectar of instructions.
Okay. So the devotee, what they did? They fled. Okay. They fled the palace. They fled from here and there. Okay. So like that. Then what happened after that? After 100 mistakes he has done, and when it was like 101 mistake, Krishna took his Sudarshan and killed Shishupal. Okay. So Shishupal was killed by Krishna. Kamsa was killed by Krishna. So both were killed by Krishna. Okay. So if you are killed by Krishna, then there is one advantage. Okay. If you remember the Marichi from the Ramayana, Marichi, when Ravana approached Marichi to become a deer, and he told his plan that he want to abduct Sita, then Marichi advised Ravana that who is the fool number one who has advised you to abduct Sita? Okay, I had one interaction with Ram when he was very young, and he was a very fierce warrior. Okay, so when he was young, he was like that, and now he is a full young person. Then no one can defeat him like that. Who want to destroy your kingdom? That who has the person who want to destroy your kingdom? Who has advised you like that? Then like that. Then Ravana become angry. Okay, that you cannot, you should not give instruction to your king. Okay, if you are not following my command, then I will kill you here. Okay, then Marichi thought that it is better to execute this plan so that he can be killed by Ram. Okay, and there is one more reason, that he doesn't wanted to be killed by the king. Okay, by the king, due to not following his order. Because if you are not following the king, that is another aparad like that. So he thought that we'll follow the king, and I will be killed by Ram than this Ravan. Okay, so like that, then that followed. So there, if why he choose to be killed by Ram? Okay, so there is that reason is, all has the same destination. You see, all has same destination. Even Gopi, who are attached to Krishna through lust, Kamsa, who is attached to Krishna and killed by Krishna, Shishupal, who is envious of Krishna and killed by Krishna, and Yadu, who are relative of Krishna, they are attaining the same destination. Same destination. So they are all attaining the same destination. So is there any question coming to your mind? Yes, it is natural for you to question how Kamsa and Gopi can have same destination. Yes, how Kamsa? Kamsa is an like different level, and Gopis are like on different level. How can they have the same destination? Okay, how can they have same destination? The answer is, it is explained that God can be explained by the three features. Okay, the impersonal features, the Srimad Bhagavatam, when we start Srimad Bhagavatam, the first chapter only, first two slokas only, it explains that Lord is, we can understand Lord through three ways. Okay, the impersonal form, then the Paramatma form, and then Bhagwan form. Okay, the person who are killed by Krishna are the impersonalist. Okay, the person who are killed by Krishna, they attain same destination. Same destination means they don't attain that the Bhagwan form. Okay, they don't attain the Bhagwan. They attain the same destination means they attain the impersonal effulgence form, the Brahma Jyoti form. They attain to that phase only. They attain to the impersonal Brahma Jyoti form, and they do not cross that. Okay. So like that, Gopis, they are already attained, they have already attained the Bhagwan form. They are already serving the Bhagwan form. But the Kamsa and Sisupal, they are having envious nature, they are fearful of Krishna, and they are killed by Krishna. And when they are killed by Krishna, or you take the example of Marichi, okay, when they are killed by Krishna, Ram, then what will happen? Or you take the example of Ravan. Ravan also killed by Ram. Okay, so Lord Ramchandra has killed Ravan. So what is their destination? They will go to the impersonal effulgent form. Okay, they will also get liberation. They will also attain the spiritual kingdom, but not that spiritual kingdom. Okay, spiritual kingdom is very big. Okay, there is outside roads are also there, footpath road like that, as well as there are the palaces are also there, as well as the home of Krishna is also there. Okay, so many things are there. So they attain the impersonal effulgence feature, not personal form of Krishna, not the personal form of Vaikuntha. The impersonal effulgence forms like Kamsa and Sisupal. So they attain the same destination. Okay, like the Gopis and the Kamsa. But distinction is there. What is that distinction? The distinction is the attainment of the impersonal feature of the impersonal effulgence form and the personal Bhagwan form. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, so that is the thing. Like the sun globe and sunshine. Okay, attaining the sun sign and attaining the sun globe is different. Though they can be like technically they can be like same, because sun sign cannot happen without the sun globe. But attaining the sun sign and sun globe is different. Okay, like that, entering the kingdom and king's palace. You can enter the kingdom like this is a place like you can take like West Bengal. Okay, so entering into the West Bengal and entering into the Mayapur, that too in the TOVP is different. Okay, so entering into the spiritual kingdom and entering into the Goloka Vrindavan, that is different. So the Kamsa, Shishupal, the Ravan, they will attain the kingdom, but they won't attain the king's palace. Okay, so that is the difference. They won't have the love of Krishna. That's why they won't attain the kingdom. They won't attain the king's palace. Okay. So it is confirmed in the Brahman Puran as well as Srimad Bhagavatam 10.87.23, where personified Veda also confirmed that. Okay. So that is the thing. So impersonalists, where are they? They also are in the impersonalists. Mainly Prabhupada speaks about the Mayavadi, because Mayavadi, the impersonalists are of two types. One is impersonalist and one is Mayavadi. So impersonalists, they will attain the impersonal form. They will attain the same destination as the Kamsa and the Shishupal, because they are not having the personal loving affection with the personal feature. Okay, they will attain, but after many births. Bahuman Janmanam Ante. Okay, so like that one sloka is there. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanvan Man Mam Prapadyante. So after taking many birth and death, many birth and death, many birth and death, the Gyani will ultimately surrender to me. But that too Gyani is very rare. Sha Mahatma Sudurlabha. That Gyani is very rare. So out of many Gyanis or impersonal Brahmins, okay, finally they will they will surrender to Krishna. Okay, and when they surrender to Krishna, they will enter the king's palace, or they will enter the kingdom. They will enter the Golokadham. They will enter the Vaikuntha planets. Okay, so entry is restricted. Their entry is restricted outside only. So they will be outside only. So, but when they develop love for Krishna, when they develop love for Vaikunthas or the Vishnu form, then they will enter the Vaikuntha planet. They will enter the Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, but that Mahatma is very rare, very rare. Okay, so that thing is there. 4 types of attraction for Krishna. One is Gopis lust, second is Kamsa's fear, Shishupal envy, and Yadu dynasty family members has relationship with Krishna. Okay, and one more example, Pandava, they are related to Krishna in friendship. So out of 4, 2 are of Ragatmika type of bhakti. What are those 2 types? One is the sensual attraction for Krishna, the lust part of the gopis, and second part is the relationship part, or that is called Sambandha Rupa. Okay, one is called Kama Rupa and second is called Sambandha Rupa. Kama Rupa example is the gopis, and Sambandha Rupa examples are the Yadu dynasty kings. Okay, so you may think now, lust. Okay, so what is the meaning of lust here? Because gopi we cannot compare, lust we cannot compare. Thing is, when we think of lust, we think in the material terms. What is the meaning of material terms? We think the lust in terms of satisfying our senses. Okay, in the material way, if we think that if you think of lust, that means we want to satisfy our senses. We don't want to satisfy the other senses. We want to satisfy our senses. That's why in the material sense, lust is for us. Okay, like that. But in the spiritual world, if you see the gopis, they don't want to satisfy their senses. They always want to please Krishna. Always want to please Krishna. So that lust is the spiritual lust. That is completely different. And our lust is completely different. We want to satisfy our senses. Okay. The example, if you see, they only want to please Krishna. If you see, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was strict, sannyasi. Okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and after that he was very strict sannyas. He won't come in the close proximity with the woman. He cannot come. He won't come in the close proximity of the woman also. Chota Haridas example, if you see, he once thought of the lusty desires for a woman, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has like abandoned him. Okay, so like that. So he was very strict sannyasi. But still, if you see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always remembering the glories of the gopis. He confirms that gopis are the greatest devotee of Krishna. So how can he confirm if he is a strict sannyasi? And he is saying the topmost love of Krishna is the gopi. Gopis are the love embodied embodiment of love for Krishna, like that. Okay, the highest form of love are for the Krishna is of the gopis. Okay, ragatmika bhakti, that is the highest form. Okay, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is confirming. So that lust is completely different. Our lust is completely different. We want to satisfy our desires, our senses. But gopis, they want to satisfy Krishna. Okay, so that is the difference. So why this lust is compared? Actually, the lust is of a spiritual type, which we are discussing now. Okay, so why it is compared to lust? We get the slightest hint of the intensity of in the gopi desire to serve Krishna. Lust is intense thirst to satisfy the senses. So here the definition of lust is being given. Lust is the intense thirst to desire senses. But whose senses? Gopis want to satisfy the lust the senses of Krishna, but we want to satisfy our senses. And lust is the intense thirst. Okay, so gopis are having intense thirst to satisfy the senses of Krishna. Okay, so by comparing with our lust, we can see how gopi has almost consuming and overwhelming urge to please Krishna. Okay, so that lust is completely different. So what is the difference of our lust with gopis? As example is being given like iron and gold. Our lust is the material lust like iron, and the spiritual lust is like gold and okay, like gold. Difference is in motivation. They always want to please Krishna. We always want to please our senses. Okay. Proof that gopis love is not lust. Great devotee like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well as Uddhava, when he came to Vrindavan, Krishna sent him, okay, to Vrindavan. And when he came to Vrindavan, he was like, he was convinced that gopis' love for Krishna is the topmost. Okay. And he confirms that. So they certified Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the strict sannyasi as well as Uddhava, they certified gopis' love is the highest love for Krishna. Okay. So they cannot be compared with our material lust. There was one more example is there Kubja. Okay, is Kubja same as Gopi? Kubja, when Krishna was entering the kingdom of or the palace of Kamsa. So before that, Krishna meets Kubja, okay, the hunt-back lady. Okay, so she was having the actual the material desire of lust for Krishna. Okay, so the Kubja same as Gopi. Is Kubja same as Gopi? No, because almost mundane or almost like gopis. The desire was almost mundane, not like spiritual desire. Her desire was almost mundane. Okay, so that desire is called Kama Praya. Here the lust of the gopis are called Kama Rupa, and the Kubja's lust is called Kama Paraya. Okay, so that was the relationship Ragatmika Bhakti in the lust form or the sensual attraction for Krishna. The gopis are the highest example, and Kubja is not the same. Why gopis are highest example? Because they want to serve the senses, intense thirst to serve the senses of Krishna. Okay, so that was the gopis' desire. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirms that, as well as Uddhava confirms that. And in the relationship form, we have the example of Yashoda Mai, we have the example of Nanda Maharaj, we have example of Vrishni. Vrishnis are Vrishabhanusute Devi. Yes. Vrishnis are the dynasty in which Krishna comes. Okay. So that is called Vrishnis. So Vrishnis, the relatives of Krishna, they are in the Ragatmika Bhakti through relationship with Krishna, developing relationship with Krishna, Vrishni. And Yashoda, Nand Maharaj, they are like the parents of Krishna. Okay. Which one is better? Being like direct father of Krishna is better, or being a father or maintaining a relationship like a father with Krishna is better? Like the Nand Maharaj is better, or we cannot compare that thing. But becoming direct father of Krishna is better, or maintaining a relationship with Krishna in the form of or maintaining a relationship as a father with Krishna is better? Which one is better? That also the chapter describe. The thing is, we have the maintaining relationship with Krishna as father is better. Okay. So that was the relationship. Ragatmika bhakti, two types. So sensual attraction and relationship. Two are left. What are those two? The envy and the fearful fear, or the relationship or attraction to Krishna with fear and attraction to Krishna with envy. So those we have discussed in the previous slides. So these two we are discussing now. Okay. So that was the chapter number 15. Okay. 16 chapter number, that thing only we are continuing. A spontaneous devotional service further described. Okay, so that was the Raganuga Bhakti, the Ragatmika Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti is following the footsteps of those who are Ragatmika, who are following the Ragatmika Bhakti. So, Raganuga Shanda Bhakti is a advanced practice intended to cultivate the service mood of an eternally perfect resident of Vrindavan. Okay, the person who are already perfect, following those mood, that is called the Raga Nuga Bhakti. Okay, what is the prerequisite? Strong desire to serve Krishna, strong desire, specific relationship. So many relationships are there with Krishna. Okay, in Vrindavan, so many gopis, they have the relationship. So many elder gopas are there, they have relationship. Nand Maharaj gopi, and the Nand Maharaj is there, then Yashodama is there. So many relationship, every relationship is there in the gopis and other the resident of Vrindavan. They have relationship with Krishna. Okay, so whatever relationship we desire with Krishna, we have to follow that gopis. Okay, so that is the thing. So strong desire to serve Krishna in a specific relationship by following the footstep of the resident of Vrindavan. That is called Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, how to get this desire? By hearing the eternal resident, by hearing how the eternal resident of Vrindavan spontaneously served Krishna in various loving mood. By hearing the mood of service by the devotees of Vrindavan. When does eligibility manifest? When lobha appears. Lobha means the strong desire to serve Krishna. Okay, so that lobha is like a spiritual lobha. Singular, overwhelming desire to please Krishna in particular way. In any other desire cannot possible lobha, cannot possess lobha. So when we have strong desire to serve Krishna, that is the lobha. Okay, strong desire, overwhelming desire to serve Krishna. That is the lobha. When lobha develops, then we become eligible. Okay, and when it will develop, not until Anartha Nivritti. So we have already talked that Anartha Nivritti is the fourth stage, 9 stages of devotional service. Fourth stage is Anartha Nivritti. Anartha means the wrong attitude, wrong desires. Okay. So when that will happen, when we have even tinge of the material desire, we won't be able to follow the Raganuga Bhakti. Okay. So for that, we should not have any tinge of material desire. Okay. And that will happen when there is Anartha Nivritti. Oh, so Anartha Nivritti means we should not have any tinge of material desire also. So how can it happen? How can Anartha Nivritti happen? So that we can have the lobha of serving Krishna and strong desire of serving Krishna, and then we can follow that Raganuga Bhakti. How can it happen? How can that Anartha Nivritti happen? That Anartha Nivritti happens by following the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, so the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, when we follow the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, then gradually what will happen? Anartha Nivritti will happen. Okay, and when Anartha Nivritti will happen, then we can serve Krishna in Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so that is the thing. So, so it is like that. So how can like the persons, like many persons who are taking direct birth in the Vrindavan, how can it happen? Because they have already happened, the Anartha Nivritti already happened to them in the previous life. Okay, when we follow the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, then what will happen? Gradually the material contamination will go over, and it will be lost, it will be finished. And then what will happen? That due to Anartha Nivritti will take birth in the Vrindavan, or where the pastimes of Krishna is happening. Okay, so that mood we can take from there. Okay, so like that. So first we have to follow the Vidhi Sadhana Bhakti and purify our senses. Okay, Vidhi Sadhana Bhakti is meant for purifying our senses. So when we follow that, then that will happen. Okay. So it is not like that directly we can, without Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti or Vidhi Sadhana Bhakti, you can go directly to take part in Krishna's pastime. Okay. Already in the previous birth, when a person is having anartha nivritti, then he will take birth in the form of the associates of Vrindavan, the associate of Krishna in the Vrindavan. So practices of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, how can it happen? Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, we have to follow the devotee of Vrindavan. How can we follow? We follow through the example of the devotee of Vrindavan. Remember Krishna with a particular devotee, how the devotee is developing, or how the devotee is serving Krishna, what is the mood of that devotee serving Krishna. Which type of devotee we should follow? The relationship with which we are aspiring to develop with Krishna. So actually these things are way beyond our level. We are not even the Anartha Nivritti stage. We are not in the Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti stage. We are in the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti stage. That's why these things can be like a bouncer, okay, for us. So remembering Krishna with a particular devotee, which devotee, depending on aspiring the relationship, with relationship we aspire through Krishna, with Krishna. How to develop that aspiration? Need to take shelter of Vrindavan, both physically and mentally. Okay. Physically we can take shelter, or mentally we can take shelter. Okay. How to take shelter? When we remember Krishna, when we follow the devotee of Vrindavan in the mood which they are following, they're serving Krishna. When we remember, when we think, when we hear, when we chant, okay, and when we always remember that is the Vaidhi Sadhana, that is the Raganuga Bhakti. When we always follow that, then what will happen? We'll be always in the mood of Vrindavan. Okay. So we'll be always residing in Vrindavan mentally. Okay. So physically or mentally we can reside in Vrindavan. Okay. So like that. So mentally also we can reside when we are taking shelter of the devotee who is serving the Krishna. Okay. So that mood we have to take. Okay. So that is the way of following the practice of Raganuga Bhakti. Remembering through external and internal services. Internally we have to meditate that how we are serving Krishna, how the devotee was serving Krishna, how the gopi was serving Krishna, that through that way we have to serve Krishna. Okay, remembering through external and internal services, internally meditate and mentally follow the activity of Siddha devotee. Okay, or the devotee who are the Ragatmika Bhakti, who are following the Ragatmika Bhakti. Sahajiyas and rejection of Siddha Pranali. Okay, we'll see. Siddha Pranali means sometimes person, the mystic, sometimes the person become mystic yogi, and they devise their own way. Okay, like own way they will devise. Okay, this way we can reach Krishna. Okay, they will think that like that this way we can reach Krishna. Okay, like that, and this way we will associate with Krishna, like that. This way we'll dance with Krishna. We are becoming gopis. Okay, like that. So that is Siddha Pranali. Okay, they are thinking of way, and they are doing that way. So that is also rejected. Okay, and Sahajiya means they will think that I am associate of Krishna, and they will behave like that. Like, okay, I am associate of Krishna, I am like a gopi, and they will do like rasa dance. Okay, I am Krishna, and they want to dance with, they want to do ras lila with other devotees. Okay, other female devotees, like that. So beware of those people, because they maybe they are like show off. Okay, they are not internally purified, and they are showing off like that. Okay, so like that. But there is one more statement is there. When a person started following the Raganuga Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, they don't show off. Okay, they will still performing the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti as well as they were mentally performing the Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, they will still show off like a neophyte devotee only. They won't show like I am a very advanced devotee. Devotees who are very advanced, they won't show off like I am a very advanced devotee. They will think like I am a neophyte devotee only. Okay, so like that. So so even a person who is very advanced, they won't show off like I'm a very advanced. They will be like I am very neophyte devotee. Okay, so like that. So beware of Sahajiyas and the Siddha Pranalis. Okay. Performing activities of sadhana. So some sadhana like does not reject 64 items but focuses on practice most conducive to his service, doesn't abandon hearing, but here more than that nourishes his particular service mood. They will still behave like a neophyte devotee. That is only being said in this paragraph, that when a person advances, still they won't leave the hearing process, chanting process, or the process of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. They will do that also, okay? And they will think that I am a very neophyte devotee. They will behave like I'm a very neophyte devotee. I need to advance. I need to advance. That hankering will be there, okay? So like that. So they will still following the activities of sadhana. They won't show. The person who is a Raganuga bhakta, they won't show like I'm a Raganuga bhakta. They will think that I am a neophyte devotee. So beware of sahajiyas, siddha pranalis. Okay. Alternative term for Raganuga sadhana bhakti is pushti marg. Okay. Pushti marg is one more. Vallabh sampradaya is there, where Prabhupada writes that in Gujarat. Okay. There pushti marg, people follow pushti marg. That is also a Vallabh sampradaya of Vaishnavism. Okay. So that is also a bona fide sampradaya. Pushti marg. They follow pushti marg. Some follow pushti marg, where they follow they worship the neophyte form of Krishna, or the small like Laddu Gopal form of Krishna. Okay, so that the pushti marg people, they worship. Okay, so in this chart, what we have learned is Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is like we aspire to do service of Krishna by following that devotee like whom we are aspiring. Okay, so like that. So we have to do like that internally as well as externally, but in the we don't show off externally that we are very advanced devotee, or not. We are like the people who are the devotee who are Raganuga Bhakti, who are following the Raganuga Bhakti. They are very advanced. They won't show off. They will still following the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. That's why we should be very careful of the people who will show off that they are very advanced devotee. They are like, they have become gopis. They have become Krishna. They become Krishna and they are dancing like Krishna. They want to do rasa dance like that. So many people, you will see that many people, they will say that I'm Krishna. And even during the time of Bhakti Vinod Thakur also, there was people who claimed that they are like Krishna. They used to do rasa dance with the woman. Okay, so Bhakti Vinod Thakur refuted that. Okay. Now, the next chart is showing types of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, so Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti can be of two types. One is conjugal love and parenthood or friendship. Okay, so conjugal love, who is the example? The example are like Radha and Krishna is there, Gopis and Krishna is there. So that is the conjugal love. Okay, like the so many gopis. Krishna is involved with so many gopis. So the example comes like the rishis of Dandakaranya. How so many gopis are related to Krishna? Okay, because already you know that in the Ramayana, Ramchandra stays for 13 years at a place called Dandakaranya. Okay, so actually the 14-year Vanvas is there, 13-year, almost 14 years, around 14 years. Sitaji stays for, you can say as like 13 years, and last year she was abducted by Ravan. Okay, so for 14 years, Lord Sri Ramchandra stayed at Dandakaranya, and so at that time, so many Rishi Muni used to live there. Okay, and they were so attracted by Lord Sri Ramchandra. Okay, so they want to serve Lord Ramchandra in the conjugal love. Okay, conjugal love. Okay, so the conjugal love. So they want to serve Krishna in the Lord Sri Ramchandra's conjugal love. So they know that that Lord Ramchandra is there, and he is like, he cannot take more than one wife. Okay, so they wanted to serve in that mood. That's why they came in the form of gopis in the next birth. Okay, or when Lord Krishna appeared. Okay, that time they appeared as gopis and they served in the form of conjugal love. So that was the desire of the sages of Dandakaranya who stayed with Lord Sri Ramchandra. Okay, so what is the eligibility to serve Krishna in the conjugal love, the desire to serve. Okay, hearing and worshipping Radha and Krishna is the example. Okay, are male eligible? Yes, the rishis of Dandakaranya were males. Okay, so Krishna is only male, everyone is female. If you think in the material form, we like male is different, female is different in the material form. But for Krishna, we are female. The females are also female, the males are also female for Krishna. As well as this material world is also female for Krishna. Okay. In the broader sense, if you see, Krishna is the only male, and that is Purusha, and everything is Prakriti. We, male we, female we, as well as the nature we is also Prakriti. But when we are covered with Maya, then the male and female are like Purusha, and the Prakriti, the nature is like the female. Male and female is male and female both are like Purusha, and Prakriti is female. But when we speak in terms of like male female, like male gender is different, female gender is different. Okay, so three types. Okay, for Krishna in the broader sense, Krishna is only male, everything is female or the Prakriti. And when we are covered with Maya, then we as well as female both are Purusha, and this material nature is enjoyable by us. That's why this the nature is called the Prakriti or the female part. But in the terms of male female, the gender, we are male and female is different like that. Okay, so that is the different. That is the thing. So even male can become eligible to serve Krishna in the conjugal love. Okay, so if you want to serve Krishna in conjugal love, that is also possible. Male is also possible, female is also possible. Both are possible. Okay, so like that. Are male eligible? Yes, rishis of Dandakaranya, they were eligible. Okay. And two types are there. Okay, so actually the three types are mentioned. Okay, unwedded and wedded. Okay, wedded means those who are doing wedding with Krishna, the wives of Krishna, like queens of Dwarika, and those who are like girlfriend boyfriend. Okay, like no wedding. Okay, Parakiya and Swakiya. So Parakiya is unwedded. There's no wedding with Krishna, like gopis of Vrindavan. Gopis of Vrindavan, there was wedding. So actually that was not direct wedding. So like gopis also got married with Krishna. How? Because you see the Brahmaji has abducted all the cows and the Gopa boys from that place. Okay, he wanted to check Krishna. Okay, so at that time Krishna expanded in the form of Gopa boys, and that time only the gopis married with the Krishna in the form of Gopa boy. So Radharani also got married, and the other devotees also got married. So actually Radharani and all the gopis also got married with Krishna. Okay, so that was the thing. So all of them got married because the father of the gopis, they were having intense desire that my daughter now she should be married. Okay, and the Gopa boys were there, so they got married like that. So that was the thing. So but we take here the example as unwedded, because the gopis of Vrindavan, they are like in girlfriend boyfriend relationship, not wedding relationship with Krishna. Okay, so unwedded relationship. And the wedded one is Swakiya, where queen of Dwarikas. Okay, so they got wedded to Krishna. Okay, and the other thing is assisting those and serving Radharani other. Like some will be like they want direct contact with Krishna. That is called direct conjugal love. Direct conjugal love means directly serving Krishna in the conjugal love. And the second part is indirect conjugal love, where I think it is in this side. Direct conjugal love, wanting to be Krishna's, no, this one is not. So direct conjugal love means directly serving Krishna through sensual pleasure or conjugal love pleasure. Okay. And indirect means assisting Krishna in that thing, that form. Okay. Or hearing about that thing, or facilitating that pastimes. Okay. So that is the thing. So direct conjugal love, direct service in conjugal love, indirect service in conjugal love is also there. Okay. So these are the two types of conjugal love. Okay. So we have seen in this chart till now is the conjugal love eligibilities. Eligibilities, we should have desire. Are male eligible? Yes, male are eligible. Example is Dandakaranya rishis. Okay. And two examples are there: direct service and indirect service. Direct service in conjugal love, like the wedded the wedded wives of Krishna, the queens of Dwarika, and the unwedded, the gopis of Vrindavan. Okay. And the indirect one is serving Radharani and the gopis in assisting the direct service of Krishna. So that thing we have learned till now, the conjugal love. The second one is the parenthood of or the friendship. That is also the direct and indirect. Okay. Direct is wanting to be Krishna's father, parenthood, wanting to be Krishna's father. Two types can be there, we have seen. Okay. Direct one and indirect one. Direct one means directly becoming father of Krishna, like Nand Maharaj is there. And second one is indirectly aspiring for the service and appreciation of Krishna's parents and friends, like Vasudeva Maharaj. Okay. So like that. So Nand Maharaj, Vasudeva Maharaj, both are there. So direct service, indirect service. So wanting to be Krishna's father is there, and like indirectly aspiring for the service to become father of Krishna and appreciation of Krishna's parents and friends. So that is the thing, the parenthood and friendship. Okay. So already I told you that direct one, indirect one is better. Why? Because when we have this one, that direct wanting to become Krishna's father directly, then danger of Mayavad is there. Okay. Mayavad, what they think that I am Krishna. Okay. And Nand Maharaj is also, I am Nand Maharaj also, like that, because I'm father of Krishna, like Nand Maharaj. Okay. So if that tendency is there, I'm father also, I'm Krishna also, everything is like, everything has no meaning. Everything is in the same level. Okay. Like that. So that danger is there when we want to serve Krishna in the direct service mode. So indirect one, where we cherish the desire of becoming Krishna's father. Okay, follow Krishna's father and cherish the ideal. We follow the Vasudeva Maharaj. So that thing is there. Then that is also, so direct, indirect, directly becoming, and second is following the person who is actually the father of Krishna. Okay. Old man in Hastinapur instructed by Narad Muni. Okay, like that example is there of danger of Mayavad. So those things which we have discussed, that thing is being written here. So we'll quickly read. And Rup Goswami says, spontaneous attraction to something while completely absorbed in thought of it. So this is the definition. Spontaneous attraction to something while completely absorbed in thought of it, with an intense desire of love, devotional service execute with such feelings of spontaneous love is called Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, three things is being mentioned in this line. Spontaneous attraction to something. You have spontaneous attraction, like if you take the example of male and female in the material world, male and female are young boy and girl, they will be spontaneously attracted. Okay, spontaneously attracted. So that spontaneous attraction to something. Then second part is while completely absorbed in thought of it, they will be always thinking of it. Okay, the male will be thinking of female, female will be always thinking of it. Spontaneous attraction. And the third is with an intense desire and love. Okay, so these three things are there. Then devotional service executed with such feeling of spontaneous love is called Raganuga Bhakti. Okay. So the example I gave is the material one. You can replace it with the spiritual one to understand, because this is not our level to understand. We are not at that level to understand. The spontaneous attraction to something while completely absorbed in thought of it with an intense desire of love and service. Okay. Love and desire, intense desire and love. So that is called Raganuga Bhakti. Service in that mode is called Raganuga Bhakti, following the attitude of the devotee, following the attitude of the perfect devotee. Okay. Same thing is being discussed, gradual development of ambition. Such eagerness to follow, not possible unless one is free from material contamination or anartha nivritti. These things we have seen. Advanced devotees should not show it even if it attain. So it is saying that advanced devotee who are Raganuga Bhakt, who are following the footstep, they won't show off. They won't show it even if they have attained. Okay. They will continue to act as neophyte as long as they are in this body, and next body they will attain in Goloka Vrindavan, or where Krishna's pastimes are happening. Difference is internally think of Lord and develop sentiments in the following a particular associates, and particular taste may be shown by observing especially one of the Navangas. Okay, so these things we have seen. Mistaken Siddha Pranali. Okay, so Siddha Pranali is being discussed here. Let's see. Bona fide process followed by unauthorized people. Unauthorized people, they're following the process. Manufacture their own way. Imagine to become associates simply by thinking of themselves like that. So they don't follow. The thing is why this line is being written. bona fide process, but followed by unauthorized people. Who are the unauthorized people? The unauthorized people are the people who are still in the material desire. They are dint of material desire. We have seen that if you have the dint of material desire, you are not eligible for the perfect or the Raganuga Bhakti. But if the people are having the material desire, but externally they show off that they are like in the Raganuga Bhakti, okay? They are like direct associate of Krishna. They are like Krishna only, okay? So that process, when they are following unauthorized people, the people who are having dint of material desire or who are having material desire, they are the unauthorized people. And the process they are following of the Raganuga Bhakti, if they are doing like that, then that is called Siddha Pranali. That is, they manufacture their own ways. They think that I am Krishna only, I am the Radharani only, like that. Imagine to become associate simply by thinking of themselves like that. They think that I am like that. I am Krishna. I am Radharani. I am this, I am that. And they will perform like that. I am, do worship of me, like that. Show off. Okay. So that is called Siddha Pranali. Behavior not according to their principle. So what principle they will speak, they won't follow that principle. That simple thing is like that. People, they will speak blah, 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 many things, but they won't follow. But the actual devotee, they will follow what they will speak. Okay. Raganuga and Ragatmika. Every devotee in his perfectional stage has a spontaneous attraction for the Lord. Our perfectional stage, when we are in our perfect stage, we have like spontaneous attraction of love for the Lord. Okay. So the last is the devotee's excessive desire to serve Krishna in particular capacity. That we have seen. What is the meaning of lust? Raganuga, following the wakes of Ragatmika. Ragatmika is Kamarupa and Sambandharupa. We have seen Kamarupa is the lust and Sambandharupa is the relationship, like the Yadu dynasty people. Conjugal love also we have seen. Direct attached is Keli. So two types we have seen. Like directly attached to the conjugal love of Krishna, like the Gopis and the Radharani, they are called Keli. Okay, so that term is being mentioned. And indirect one is through hearing the pastime. Okay. So like that. So with this, we end the chapter number 15 and 16. Now the hard chapters, more harder chapters will start. Okay. So conjugal love, like static love, those things, which we won't be able to understand by our material content. Let's see what we can understand, or the theory part, what we can understand. Okay. So these two chapters we have finished. So let's see if you have any questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
What is meant by exactly Ananta Nivruti, Prabhuji?
Ananda devotee. Where the term we have used this term in this slide, Prabhuji. If you can speak in like English term, that better, it will be better for me. We have used this term in here. Ananda devotee.
Prabhuji is asking about Anartha Nivritti.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Anartha Nivritti. Okay.
Yes, Anartha Nivritti. What is mean by exactly, Prabhuji?
Anartha Nivritti. Anartha is the material desires. Okay. So that material desires, if we have the material desires, that is the anartha. Okay. Anartha. And when we get relieved of those material desires, that is called anartha nivritti. It will happen when we follow the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti principles. Gradually, the sadhu sangha, hearing sadhu sangha, okay, and performing bhajan kriya with the sadhu. So these are the three process, and fourth one is anartha nivritti. So first three are hearing, and then associating with the sadhu, and performing bhajan kriya or the devotional service. These are the three, and fourth one is the anartha nivritti stage. So these are the stages of devotional service. So when we follow the first three, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, that is called the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. The many others are also there, which we have discussed earlier. So then anartha nivritti will happen. Anartha nivritti means the material contamination will go. Okay, so that is called anartha nivritti.
Just like Vairagyam, Prabhuji. Vairagyam is also same thing. Or?
No, Vairagya is different. Vairagya is anartha nivritti means when we don't have any material desire, we have only spiritual desire. Vairagya is also we can think of like that only. Vairagya. Okay. When we want to serve Krishna. Okay. So that thing we can think like that. But the anartha nivritti means when we don't have any material desires. Okay. Anartha is the material desires. Anartha nivritti means no material desires. Okay. So that is called anartha nivritti. Okay, Prabhu. Kirti
Thank you,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Kirti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the
Yes.
wonderful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just a quick question. So you said like, so after Anartha Nivritti, the devotee gets a chance to be born or, to have a chance in Vrindavan. So we also learn from Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji, in 6th chapter, where Krishna talks about the unsuccessful, yogi, what happens to the unsuccessful yogi after short-term and long-term practices. So how do we connect these two, Prabhuji? The stage that you said, only after that we can reach there. So can you please elaborate on that a little bit, Prabhuji? Thank you.
Okay. So you're talking about the 6th chapter where unsuccessful yogis are described. So the two things were described when the unsuccessful yogis, they they fall down from very early stage. Okay. Like very you can think of like 30-40% they are successful, and after that they fall down. So what will happen? They will take birth again they will go to the higher planet. They will come back to, they will enjoy their the punya they have accumulated. They will come back to again to the earth, and they will take birth in the rich aristocratic family. Okay. Rich families. Okay. So you see the many people, they are taking birth in the rich family. So they must have done something in the previous life. That's why they're born in the rich family. Some people, they are born in the very poor family. So they must have done something in the previous life. That's why they're taking birth in the poor family. Okay. But still, that is human life. Okay. So they will take birth in the rich aristocratic family where they don't have to worry about the food, shelter, anything. And if right association is there, they can develop the devotional service from there. Okay. So that is when the devotee fall from very early stage. When the devotee fall from very advanced stage, like 80%, 90%, okay, then what will happen? They will take birth in the family of a devotee only. Okay. So from the birth only, they will have the right atmosphere to perform devotional service, and they will get attracted to the devotional service from the very birth itself or the very early stage itself, and they can perform the devotional service throughout of life, and they will perfect themselves, and anartha nivritti will happen, and next life they will be born in the pastimes of Krishna, where Krishna is. So every time Krishna's pastime is happening in any parallel universe, so many universes are there. We are not the single earth. Okay. So many universes are there, so many places are there, and Krishna's pastimes are happening somewhere. Okay. So that devotee will take birth in the form of gopis or the associate or any associate in the Vrindavan, in the pastimes of Vrindavan, in the Krishna's pastimes. Okay. So that is the thing. So when the devotional service is perfect, or the Raganuga Bhakti is, or the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is finished, then they can take birth in the Krishna's associate family of Krishna's associate. Okay, Mataji, I think you can connect now.
Yes, Prabhuji. Perfect. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
can you also please explain about the Siddha Pranali that you were saying, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Siddha Pranali means you are not perfect. You have not performed the purification process. You are not perfect. So many people, many Babas and all, you will see that they will have some mystic power. They will say that I am God, I'm this, I'm that, and internally they won't be pure. Okay, so they will misuse the people. Okay, so that is a crude form. But Siddha Pranali means they will say that I am the associate of the Lord only. Okay. Some people, they say that I am Vishnu only. Even Lord Brahma comes to meet me, Lord Shiva comes to meet me. They will show off like that, and they will take like charity from the people. They will abuse the females, like many things. Many things you can see. Okay, so many Babas will be there, though are like unauthorized. So process is to follow the authorized gopis or the gopas of the Vrindavan. Okay. But after the purification, when you are purified, then a spontaneous love will develop. But when you are unpurified and you are showing off like spontaneous love has developed, that is called the other process. Okay. So I think that is
Thank
the
you.
answer. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay. Do we have any question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Some
Hare
people
Krishna,
who
Shweta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Some people who follow Krishna consciousness, they won't mingle with other relatives. What Prabhuji means, I have seen some people who
Other
follow
relatives?
rules and regulations.
No, I didn't get you. The other relatives?
Some people who follow Krishna consciousness, they
Mhm.
won't talk with, means they won't mingle with their relatives, friends. Some people who only follow rules and regulations. What is meant by some people who they say that if you want to take initiation, you must not go for Prabhupada's disciples. Why Prabhuji? Some people they say means I think they are not like bona fide institutions. Even here we have mandir and all, but they say if you want to read, you have to read small books. And but when I came to online, I asked some Matajis. Mataji said that you have to read Bhagavad Gita, and then you have to read Prabhupada's small books. Is it true, Prabhuji?
Which temple you are talking about, Mataji?
Here in Hubli, I'm staying.
Okay, Hubli and so if you see, ISKCON is a like a very big organization, Mataji. I think you have done ISKCON this disciple course.
No, Prabhuji, still not
Okay.
yet.
So this doubt will be clear when you do your ISKCON disciple course. There.
Now I'm doing level Bhakti Sadachar course, Prabhuji. Now.
Okay. So there is one term that is called like Ritukism. Okay. Ritukism means taking like being um, taking that process that which our Namanishdas Prabhu was also in that process only, and now he calls it as like funny philosophy. Okay, they have a funny philosophy, like only Srila Prabhupada is Guru and his disciples are
Hare Krishna. Can you all hear Prabhuji? I'm not able to.
No,
Yes,
Mataji.
we can't hear Prabhuji speaking.
Oh, he'll rejoin Mataji's and Prabhuji's. Sorry.
Okay, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. He has very poor network, so